Welcome to the Essentra Health podcast series. I'm your host, Yeji Lee. In this series, we bring you helpful information to support your well-being and to overcome the many challenges that life can bring. Our aim is to bring you information or actions to support our well-being that can be accessible to everybody. As we head into the season of Thanksgiving, it can be another way of giving thanks by exploring gratitude. It can also be very easy to get caught up in stress, whether it's work deadlines, family pressures, or just the busyness of daily life. But research shows that there's a simple tool that can make a big difference for our mental health and well-being: gratitude. In today's episode, we're exploring the science behind gratitude, how it can strengthen workplace connections, and practical ways we can use it as a coping tool during stressful times. Whether you're at home or on the job, gratitude is not just about saying thank you. It's a practice that can boost resilience, lower stress, and help us feel more connected. Our guest today is Norman Weiniger, Vice President of Clinical Services here at Essentra Health and licensed mental health practitioner with many years of experience working in the mental health field.
Thank you, Yeji. I'm very pleased that we're able to talk about this timely topic today.
Yeah, thank you for being here, Norman. Norman, we hear a lot about gratitude, especially around Thanksgiving, but sometimes it can sound more like a nice idea than something that really impacts our mental health. So, my question is, how does practicing gratitude affect the brain and our overall well-being? And what do we know from research about why gratitude helps reduce stress, boosts mood, and even improves things like sleep and resilience?
Well, you make a good point, I think, Yeji, because sometimes I think we don't always connect gratitude and science, but science shows us a lot of insights about it. It actually has been revealed in recent years, Yeji, that practicing gratitude can actually change the way that our brains work. For example, there were researchers at the University of California, Berkeley, a few years ago. They used brain scans to show that gratitude actually activates areas in our brain tied to pleasure and social bonding. That's in the prefrontal cortex. So practicing gratitude helps us to feel better, and it helps us to feel more connected to our families and communities. Now, there are also other studies that show there are real benefits in everyday life. A couple of psychologists found a few years ago that people who kept short gratitude journals um, uh, um, actually experienced less stress, had better sleep, even had fewer physical symptoms compared to people who didn't keep simple gratitude journals. And it's not just short term. There was a study, I believe, in 2018 that found that even a few weeks of practicing gratitude consistently can boost our well being for months afterwards. And really, the reason, Yeji, is pretty simple. Gratitude shifts our attention from what's going wrong to what's going right. It's that perspective that helps us to handle stress better, to feel more resilient, and to feel more connected with other people. And during busy seasons like the holiday season and Thanksgiving, when stress can run high, gratitude is a small habit that can make a big difference in our mental health.
Yes, that's absolutely right, Norman. I think a lot of people think that gratitude um, is something personal, but it can also play a big role in the workplace. So, how can practicing gratitude on the job help build stronger relationships among coworkers, reduce feelings of burnout, and create a healthier workplace culture?
Right, good point. I think if we shift our perspective just a little bit from thinking of gratitude as an internal process, something personal, something like writing in a journal or saying thank you to a friend. Um, and we shift it to the fact that research shows gratitude can have just as much of an impact in the workplace. For example, a lot of organizations um, build a culture of appreciation of their teams, of their employees, and in turn, they often see lower levels of burnout, stronger teamwork, higher employee engagement. For example, there was a study from the American Psychological Association that found that employees who report they feel valued report higher levels of job satisfaction and stronger motivation. They're less likely to feel overwhelmed by stress. There was another study, I believe, by Glassdoor that showed that more than 80% of employees say they would work harder if their bosses simply showed more appreciation. So, gratitude also helps us connect better with the people we work with, not just with the organization. A simple thank you, for example, can strengthen trust and can encourage collaboration. Um, I think our mothers knew that, Yeji, and tried to teach us that. Researchers have also found, though, that when employees, received gratitude, expressions of gratitude from their managers, that they were more productive, more willing to help others. The best part of gratitude at work doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as acknowledging someone's efforts in a meeting, sending a quick thank you email or message, um, uh, starting team check ins on positive notes. Over time, the idea is that these small habits will add up to a workplace where people feel respected and supported and less at risk of burnout. So, gratitude may not seem like a business strategy, but it's actually a powerful tool in improving both the mental health and the workplace culture. During the holiday season, when work pressures can increase, sometimes practicing gratitude can help employees to feel more connected to the mission and more resilient overall.
Uh, those are great points, Norman. I'm glad you mentioned the starting team check-ins with positive notes because I know that that's a simple but effective little ritual that we do, in some of our meetings here at Essentra, and um, we know the effectiveness of it. We know that how it helps foster stronger work relationships and just helps to um, feel more personable with your coworkers. So I have one last question, and it's how can gratitude be used as a tool to reframe challenges and help us cope with difficulties?
A great point. You're really asking, how do we use gratitude in our daily lives to our benefit, to the benefit of others around us? And one simple way it comes to my mind is to take a couple of minutes each day and write down three things that you're thankful for. They can be big things, they can be small things. So take a couple of minutes each day, slow down, write down three phrases about things that you're thankful for. Now, research shows that this practice, Yeji, can boost mood and reduce stress. Um, at work, this could be appreciating a coworker who helped on a project or a meeting or some type of comment about a supportive team environment. Um, now, so keep that in mind. It's a simple gratitude journal, if you will. Um, Start that and just try to be consistent. See if you don't see some differences. Now, you can go out loud and you can express gratitude out loud, saying thank you directly to um, a colleague or a manager or a client. That is also an expression of gratitude. So keep the thank yous in mind. Another approach that comes to my mind is how we reframe challenges. For example, instead of focusing only on the stress of a heavy workload, um, Practicing gratitude might sound like, well, I'm grateful I have a team to share this load with, or I'm thankful this project is giving me a chance to grow my skills. That doesn't mean that the stress of the work disappears, but it can help us see it through a more balanced lens. Gratitude can also be woven into your team culture. You referenced that earlier, with how some workplaces, like ours at Central Health, begin with a quick shout out round, if you will, where we acknowledge someone's efforts or team members acknowledge their peers' efforts. These are small rituals that can not only boost morale of the team, but help the individuals as well and help everybody to feel more resilient when things get tough. So at the end of the day, I would leave people to think about this, Yeji, that gratitude doesn't have to be complicated. It's about finding small, consistent ways to recognize the good that exists alongside the challenges. And we can do it at home, at work, or during stressful holiday moments. And gratitude can help us to feel more grounded and connected, more capable of handling whatever comes our way.
Great. Thank you, Norman. That's all very important information, and I hope that everyone learned a lot today. If you would like to learn more about gratitude and well being during the holidays, contacting your EAP can be a great way to start. And with that, we conclude today's podcast. On behalf of everyone here at Essentra Health, thank you for listening and happy holidays.